Hey guys, this is Not Lammers of Invoked 101. Welcome back, and I know what you're thinking. Didn't you just do Subterrors? I did. I actually did Subterrors like super recently. But those Subterrors didn't just go X-0 at locals. So I actually took this to our comp night locals, so our competitive night locals, and I won. I got first place with this deck. Really proud of it. There's a few cards in here. This is actually really different than the other Subterror deck I uploaded. This is very much Guru control. This is pretty much like heavy Guru control, but I'm nicknaming it Behemoth control because I still do play more Behemoths than I probably should, but I won, so I'm pretty happy with this deck. I'm excited. I had a blast playing this at locals. Shout outs to Tyler for hooking me up with two of the crackdowns here. I traded him right, like literally as like the matches were called, I traded him for a pair of crackdowns. So but anyway, real quick, if you want to support the channel in any way, there is a Patreon down in the description. Anything you back us with on there goes right back into the deck profiles. As well as that, there's also a link to our Discord in the description if you feel like chatting with me or Mio. So with that out of the way, let's talk about the monster lineup. No extra deck, but the extra deck, I played an extra deck, but it was just my Cyber Dragon extra deck. I didn't play anything specific, but I would have played a Borreload Dragon had I had an extra deck. Anyways, triple Guru, Book of Moon, quick effect, and when he's flip face up, he gets to search any Subterror card. Super great, super amazing, legit like the best Subterror monster. Right next to Fiendus, of course. This is your negate, this is your hand trap and negate stuff. If you normal summon it, it can summon things. It's amazing. It can negate from hand, field. All it needs to do is be able to flip face down a Subterror, which is pretty crazy. I love this card. And then one Nemesis Archer. So in my old Subterror deck profile, I was playing 2 of her and 3 Nemesis. Yeah, you don't. This is the only guy you need. I actually ended up opening Guru Fiendus a ton of my matchups, and then I would end up searching her for a couple ones after I would like do some other stuff, and I'll talk about that when I get to the other guys. But this is it. This is the main core of Guru control right here. Is just these 7 monsters. She's not even really that important. There's stuff that gets her back to the hand. There's stuff that recovers him. It's awesome. So, but that's it for the little Subterrors. Then we have the Behemoths. So I'm gonna do in descending order. So the first one we got is Ultramafuss. Ultramafuss. This guy is awesome. This is the big volcano turtle of Subterrors. He is amazing. He's a Book of Eclipse for every card on the field. Not every card, every monster on the field. I actually utilized this guy pretty well during my matchups. Really good beat stick as well, just super dope. Then I played one Speleo, guys. Didn't see him at all, and I actually ended up siding him out most games. So yeah, Speleo, guys. But he would have, in theory, he should have come in handy. Someone told me to play Speleo, so I dug out a copy. I think this is the Megaton. No, this is a Maximum Crisis one. Huh, interesting. After that, we have one Stalagmo. This guy is really cool. He's a Destiny Draw. I actually didn't get to use his Destiny Draw effect. I don't think I summoned him, but I had him in my hand a couple times, so, which is really unfortunate because I think this guy's a really cool card. And then after that, the last 2 Behemoths is 2 Umastrix. Yeah, if I had to pick out the MVP like Behemoths, it's definitely these 3. These guys are like the bomb. Like, oh my god, I used these guys so much. They were awesome. These 2 are okay. Like I said, I sided this one out and I didn't really get to use this one, so these 2 are definitely my preferred ones right now in the deck, but I would not cut down anywhere from the 5 Behemoths. I think that all 5 of them are super useful. I guess it's 4 Behemoths, but all of them are super useful. I really liked playing them. Alright, after that we have the hand traps. So real talk, just 2 Ash, 2 Impermanents. That was it. And I saw this a lot. I only saw this like twice, but when I saw it, I needed it. I saw Fiendus a lot, so it like in Fiendus kind of covers a lot of the same bases. So pretty cool. Just that's all I ended up needing, and it served me very well. All right, so after that we have the spells. which is Hidden City for our field spell. This card is awesome. On activation, it gets to search a Subterror monster, which is probably going to be the one that you're missing. After that, it allows you to flip face up into attack or defense position a face down Subterror, and then it also lets you negate an attack once per battle phase by flipping a Subterror monster face up. So pretty dope card. You can only activate one per turn though, which really sucks. A couple terraformings because I want to get that in my hand as quick as possible. Speaking of getting it in my hand as quick as possible, triple duality. This hurt me once when I had a behemoth, but I duality'd into a terraforming and I didn't get hit by Ash. So it was all good. After that, double Cave Clash. This is the card that you play to get back your Phoenixes from the graveyard. A lot of people only play one. I like playing two because you can stack them. And just being able to give them like your Subterrors like a 1,000-point boost per face down is pretty amazing. I utilize these pretty well in my duels. I like this card a lot. After that, we got triple Twin Twisters. It's almost mandatory in this format. This card is nuts. I don't think I activated this once. I played against, but oddly enough, all my games were against Endymion. I don't know. There was like 3 or 4 Endymion players, 2 Sky Striker players, and then a Salamangrate player. So a lot of stuff, and I got put up against the Endymion players, and oddly enough, I ended up like citing out one copy of Twin Twisters most of the time because I felt like I could deal with the scales on my own. But yeah, the last spell card is Monster Reborn, just for the summon back. And then after that, for the traps, 3 of the most important one. This is Final Battle. It lets you do 1 of 4 things before it sets itself face down. Not a hard once per turn. The main 2 that you're going to be using is flipping up a Subterror and making a Subterror like its attack and defense equal to its combined attack and defense. I use that mostly to game people. It has 2 other effects. One is that you can flip down a Subterror, and then the other one is that you get to make it so your opponent can't respond to your Subterror effects for the turn, which is really good when you have 2 of them, because then you'll activate the first one and be like, can't respond to my Subterrors, and then you'll activate the second one. I actually used a combination of this to like spam out a couple of the behemoths in my hand. After that, we have the newest addition to the deck, Crackdown. Holy crap, this card. This card is nuts. This card is insane. So what this card does says activate by targeting one face-up monster your opponent controls. Take control of that monster. While you control that monster, it cannot attack or activate effects. When that monster leaves the field, destroy this card. So this card's pretty dope. I use this a lot. I ended up opening 2 of them one game. And I opened like 2 of them, a Guru and something else, and I was like, this sucks. So I was like set Guru and all like whatever. I think I actually just normal summoned him, and then I ended up crackdowning one of his monsters, and then I drew into like a terraforming or something. I got Hidden City, got Fiendus, and then after that I swung, and then I ended up getting the 3rd crackdown, and he was like, I can't play. He's like, I can't play, and so I showed him. I was like, I had 2 other crackdowns. I was waiting for you to summon something, and he's like, oh man, it was funny, like just because. All 3 of them. It's nuts. This card's insane. Just being able to thief your stuff. And this is the main reason I would play like Borreload or something in the extra deck, just so that way you can summon something with the monsters since they're kind of dead on arrival. After that, we have double Quaking Mirror Force. This flips all attack position monsters your opponent controls to face down defense position. So while it doesn't necessarily work for links, it does work well with the deck. Honestly, you could play a couple Solemn Strikes right here, or you could put in the 3rd Impermanence and 3rd Ash right here if you wanted to. And then last but not least, double Back to the Front. This card is super important for Subterrors simply because it gets back your Guru. And if you have any other monster on board that's a Subterror, and or a Subterror card on field actually, so if you have Cave Clash, you can just trigger it to flip it face down and then get more effects off of it. But Back to the Front is really nice for the deck. And that's it for the main deck. That's it for like what I played in the main deck, and I really think that it was solid. I enjoyed this main deck. I felt that it was a really strong, at least. I did, like I said, I didn't really play an extra deck. I just used my Cyber Dragon extra deck monsters because I didn't really have time to build an extra deck. But I do have a side deck, so My side deck consists of double Scythe and triple Sanctum, which I did side in a few times. Triple evenly matched, which I don't think I sided into this. And then a Judgment, a Warning, and 2 Strike. Did not side these in at all. Which, like, honestly, these could be like other hand traps, which they probably should have been. 1 Book of Moon, didn't side this in. Another copy of Archer, didn't side this in. And a 3rd copy of K-Clash, and I didn't side this in. So, outside of that, yeah, that's that's my Subterror deck. I had a lot of fun playing this last night, or tonight. Sorry, it's late. I had a lot of fun playing this deck at locals, and I really enjoyed it. And like so much so that I've been thinking about changing what I've said, like what I've been saying I'm gonna take to regionals, because this deck is so much fun. But anyways, thank you guys for watching, and I will see you guys in the next video.